Good morning. Hello. I definitely did not sleep in today, in which I mean that I did. I slept in very late today. Kinda everybody did in my house. I woke up and just everybody was asleep. Oh, but that's okay. A Sunday's a good day for sleepiness, you know? I would argue it's one of the best days for sleepiness. But I'm biased. Ugh. But yeah, because I'm kind of sleepy and today's kind of a late start, I'm gonna just chill at first and we can just chit chat and then I'll jump into art. We'll do some warm-ups and then maybe work on another emote or something. I don't know. Probably emotes. I want to at least get one more done from the little set. Which, speaking of, the new Pride one is active. It got approved just the other day. So it is here and I love it so much. It looks so good. I'm so glad it reads really well on small sizes. It's perfect for June. And even after June, I will keep it around. Either maybe I'll put it as like a BTTV emote and maybe like a higher tier emote, maybe like tier 2 or something. So it'll still be around and accessible. But then the main like follower one will be swapped to just like a little cute reddish heart. So that's what we're gonna do. That's the plan, at least. Oh, I guess let me also really quick. And yeah, here we go. Okay, all set. I can close this. Oh my gosh, hi Amanda. Hello. Sorry, I had to glance away for just a second. Hi, how are you doing? Long time no see. How have you been? Pop on over to. Oops. Where am I? I'm invisible. Where am I, actually? Oh, there we go. Hey, I just took a second. I had to load in. Just busy all the time. I mean, that's okay. Being busy is kind of a mixed bag. It's nice to be busy, and depending on the reason, it could be good. But if being busy sucks, then it's okay. Just worry about you, you know? I'm doing okay. I'm sleepy. I slept in today until like 10:30. I woke up and I was like, wow, it must be so early. None of my alarms have gone off, and it turned. I just slept through all of them. Actually, is what happened. We're just gonna chill today. But yeah. Actually, last night we played D&D, and so today, that's why a little pride picture is still up of my D&D characters. I was gonna put my new one up, but I was like, well, I did just play D&D, so maybe I'll leave them up one last stream. But probably the start of the stream while we're listening to just some lo-fi tunes is I'm actually gonna level up Lucy because we leveled up, and I want to get it done before I forget. So we'll chill and hang out and chit chat. What about you? Have you run any of your games recently or played in any? I want to know. While I take a sippy, one sec. There we go. Better. Oh, you know what I didn't think about is yeah, Yeah, okay, okay, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Never mind. I was like, I'm on the wrong, scene in OBS. I was on my art stream one instead of my game capture, but I have it here as a source, so it's fine. I read so many one-shots here lately. Both my magical girls and superhero campaigns are going well. That's awesome. I've been looking through like different systems and stuff. I checked out 13th Age, which I think you referenced for me. And every time I'm like looking through other systems that I want to read through, I always see like Glitter Hearts, and I'm like, that's the one that Amanda plays in. For your superhero one, do you guys play masks? Or is it a different system? Slash module? I mean, I guess system, because they're kind of based on the same core, but they have unique. Yeah, mask. I've heard mask is really fun. That's a really common one that I hear about. I'm not really like a superhero person. Like, I enjoy watching movies and stuff like with friends, but it's not a genre that really like I get excited about. But it seems super super fun. So I'm kind of like I kind of want to try it out one time just to see, you know. I feel like if it's so popular, it must be pretty fun, you know. Same thing with glitter hearts. I do every now and then I'll see art of people like drawing their glitter hearts characters, and I'm like, oh, Leonardo pointing at the screen. Buff lightning dragon girl that loves beanie babies. That's so good though. I love that. That's wonderful. That's so good. I love it. I should have messaged you. I gotta ask you about 13th Age, because like I read the base core like hand rule book, because I'm neurotic and I like to just read rule books from start to back. I just like reading manuals. I don't know. And it had me in the first half, not gonna lie, and then the second half when I got to combat, it lost me completely. But there seems like there's so many other like additions and stuff to it that like I don't know if like the core rulebook is almost outdated in a way, and then there are additional supplements since now, because the original core rulebook came out like 10 years ago or something. So I was curious, and I was like, I don't mind reading like one more additional book to check it out, because I really like a lot of things that 13th Age has going for it. But then I got to combat, and they kept like the authors themselves would be like, we couldn't agree on this, so do it this way or this complete opposite way. And I was like, well, that doesn't help me because I need to know how to do it. But I like the idea of having flexibility of like, do what works best for your game. I like that. But there were just some parts where I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Also, I need like kind of more simplified combat, because even like last night when we were playing D&D, I got to do an absurd amount of like attacks and damage, and it's just so many numbers, and I've dyscalculia, so it's very hard for me to keep up, and it makes my turns take longer because I have to like triple check my numbers. So like I don't mind combat and like numbers and dice rolling and like a little bit of crunch, but it seems like a lot of systems out there are either just as complicated as 5e, more complicated, or are so rules light that there's like it's almost more improv, which I want like I want like deep like 5e combat levels, but like simplified, you know? Like that's my struggle, because I can't quite seem to find a good mix. So I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and just try other things and just see what works. But I think he's getting a second edition soon. Okay, it's got a Kickstarter. Book of Ages in my save. Okay, I can check out the Book of Ages then. Combat 13th Age isn't the best and the rules aren't ordered. Yeah, because there were some rules that I like. I was reading it, and it seemed so like overly convoluted, and I was like, I don't think it's meant to be. I think it was just worded very strangely. But again, then I was like, okay, well, like, let me look at the publishing date, and it seems like it was published like 10 years ago, and there's all these other supplements, so I was like, well, maybe this has been kind of rectified in other things, but because there's so many supplements, I'm like, I don't know where to go from here. But I really like things like the escalation die. I like the idea of the icons being kind of like gamified or codified into a mechanic. I like it in theory, but for me, I was kind of like, when I looked at the overall combat system of 13th Age and I kind of bounced off of it, I was like, I mean, I could just take icons as a concept and just put it into any game, right? It's the idea of you have a tangible connection to the factions in the world at large. Which I like that they kind of codified it, because for people that maybe that doesn't come as naturally to them, it's like, here's like a framework of how this can work with your characters and stuff, or like your player characters. But for me, I'm like, well, I'm already, that's kind of how my brain works. So I was like, I don't really need to be told to do this, but so it's not a knock on it. It's a purely subjective thing. But I do like it. Oh my gosh! Hi, Blue! Welcome back! Thank you for 30 months! Good morning! Enjoy your lack of pre-roll ads, and we got the new emote. The new Pride emote was approved, so you can use that anywhere on Twitch. It's a follower emote, so anybody can use it here. You can use it anywhere, as well as animated emotes and stuff. And you got a new, I think 3 is the yellow crayon. So you have the fancy founder's badge, but you have a yellow crayon too. Little Pride one, yeah, it looks so good. I'm so glad, I'm so happy with how it came out. It looks really good in like smaller sizes, which I was worried about. And I'll keep it around even after June. I'll put it as either like probably a BTTV emote, as well as like be a tier 2 or something. So it'll still be around in case people want to use it. So a little free version and then a tier 2, but yeah. We're just chit-chatting about like D&D and tabletop systems and stuff. How are you doing? How's your weekend been? How's your week been? I did not stream on Wednesday because life. That kind of stuff really should be used for just RP stuff being in combat. Yeah, I kind of like, there is some possibility of maybe like you can leverage it mid-combat, being like, oh, I'm familiar with like their equipment or their tactics or something of this group, so maybe that can give me some sort of advantage, or I can negotiate with them if things are looking bad. Like, but I guess those are still kind of more RP based. I don't know, but I like it. I like it as a concept, and again, I really like that it lays it out for people that were, it may not come as naturally to think of that stuff. And so it's like, here, remember, you can do stuff like this, and it's really cool, and it can kind of let your characters, your play characters, feel more unique and part of the world, which I really like. I do really like that about 13th Age, where they're like, your characters are special. I really like the one unique thing. Pardon me, how it's like, my brain. How it's like, it is deliberately like your character is special and unique, but it's not like they're so special and unique they can just one-shot kill everybody, you know? Like, it's more of like an RP thing, which I really like. It was kind of wild, but my weekend has been nice. That's good. Mom sent me donut money. Yes, probably got to follow up on that. Yes, have a donut for breakfast. Sunday donuts. Yes. That sounds so good. I'm glad you had a nice week, though. You know, at the end, kind of up and down, and then tied off nicely, and is either tying off extra nice now with a donut, or starting your new week. However you want to look at it. Background system. Yes, I really like the background system of 13th Age. That was definitely one of the things that drew me to it when you told me about it. Also, I'm gonna get rid of my gay children. Bye, gay children. I'm gonna make Lucy, because I'm gonna do D&D stuff while we chit-chat. I figured I might as well. We can just hang out. Oh. My Steam captures. Oh, it's very resized poorly. Let me fix it. Beep. Technical. Because I'm not on my normal stream. You know what? Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. I'm just gonna hide the UI anyway while we're sitting and chatting, so. Hi, Layla! Welcome in. Good morning. How did you sleep? We're just chit-chatting. To start animating again, though. Oh my god, that's awesome! That's so exciting! If you know what? I need to check something real quick. Okay, you are. I was gonna say, I was like, I couldn't remember if you had, if I invited you to the Carnation Station. If you ever want to share art or anything like that, like works in progress, you just want to like chit chat, you are always welcome to just drop stuff and run there if you want. If you feel comfortable. If you don't feel comfortable, totally understandable. There is no pressure either way. It is just there. Hoot and holler about stuff that people are working on. Okay, I'm gonna make Woosie. I had made me, so we're gonna kill me instantly, God willing. I'm gonna put her here. Oh, let me. If I resize this here, does that affect OBS? It sure did. Oops. Everything's fine. Yeah. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because now this way I can still see chat. This is Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. It's just like a little like a focus game. So you can kind of like design a little character and decorate your room and stuff, but you just play like little lo-fi music that they have, or you can actually go to like a web browser integration and just like play music from the internet that you find, or you can do little soundscapes. And you just kind of sit and, you know, like little tasks and timers, habits, journals, just kind of help you focus. Technically not anything you can't just do for free with other things, but I like it. It's been chill, and I like their music, because I always, like when I'm drawing and stuff, I usually put on like the lo-fi music here, and then even offline too anyway, so it's cute. It's so cute I'm level 21, because I just have it up all the time. I try to just get very... That is... No, you were totally fine. No stress whatsoever. Modding, especially in other like really active discords, can be a lot of brain power, so you're fine. Maybe some of the emotes I made. Yeah, please! If you want, I can show them on screen, but if you're not comfortable with that, totally understandable. No pressure either way. I'm actually gonna... But I've made Lucy here before. She's kind of like a mint green. She has like a long face, yeah. Because it actually has her hairstyle, which is very funny to me. Because I can make her a little bit more accurately than I can in most pick crews. But our DM told us, I don't remember if the timestamp was this morning or last night, but we leveled up because we played last night. I was like, well, I kind of slept in pretty bad, so maybe I'll just chill before getting into art. Excuse me. You can show them. It's only 5 of them. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, these are so cute. These are so good. Okay, let me finagle stuff real quick. Okay, and then I wonder if I could do it like here. Actually, I wonder. I copy link. Can I do this? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Let me do this instead. New window. Actually, this works better actually, so we can see them nice and close. Okay, let me. Not that one. This one. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Look at that. I gotta resize it. Hang on. You're so good. I think alt, yeah, alt is the cross. Extremely good. Extremely good, and then I'll dance. Extremely good! Extremely good little guy! And then this one is also extremely good. He's big chillin'. He's super big chillin', Cappy Beach. This one's very good. This one's also very good. Little Blobby. But this is cute. Little Mimi. The Mimi. Yum. Yum yum. And then this is exceptional. This is very good. This is very good. Goblin with a fat ass. I have seen that name around. I've heard it's very, very fun. Very, very silly, but very fun. These are so good! These are cute. They're very cute. These are very good. Cute! Totes cute. Here we go. Yeah, cute! Thank you for sharing those. They're lovely. It's good stuff. I've also been reading the Lumen system, but it seems like it's kind of, again, I mean even by their own admission, which is not a bad thing, they're like, this is a combat oriented system. I'm like, fuck. I don't want a combat oriented system. I want like a system that allows for simplified combat. Like, I don't want to get rid of combat altogether, but I just want simplified combat. I could give her the mushroom top. Look, Lucy's like a sweater kid. Last time I made her. I mean, my other thing with the Lumen system was like, because I read just the base core, and then I found a couple like specific modules that I do want to check out, because like honestly their plots seem really cool. It's kind of very like it's kind of like it almost seems like very similar to the Power by the Apocalypse core system, which is not a bad thing because both systems are kind of like very simplified and accessible. Little shorts. Little shorts. Oops, I spun the little bunny. But then at that point I was like, maybe I should just finally just play a Power by the Apocalypse properly. Instead of hemming and hawing about it. These are all the little companions you can get, by the way. You can find all these little critters, and then they just hang out with you around the room. Have you heard this? I have heard of Cypher System. I think Old Gods of Appalachia. Yeah, I've heard of the Cypher System. It is another one that I need to check out, because I've heard very good things about it. I do like this guy, even though he's a spider. He's pretty cute. TMA game is gonna. Yes, that's right. That's right. Ah. Wait a minute. Does his thing change? It does. It changes shapes. I just noticed that his little eyeball. That's cute. Might have the PDFs already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. I want to give her a little hedgehog. We want to make it blue. Her little blue Tyken hedgehog again. Yeah. And then we're gonna put her, let's put her here. We'll put her at the window while we work on stuff. And that's it. I'm gonna hide the UI. Lucy's gonna chill while I level her up and we chit chat. And then once I'm all done, we'll draw. I woke up and I was just so sleepy that I was like, I don't want to jump right into drawing. I wanna I wanna kinda ease into it. I already kinda know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna level up her fighter level one more. Hello! Welcome in. How are you doing today? I think I had asked because your full username is pronounced Eliasar. But then I thought I heard Reb call you Eli, and I wasn't sure which one you preferred. If it's Eli or Eli? Let me know. I wanna call you by your proper name. Eliasar or Eli for sure. Okay, okay. Eli, okay. Well, no, thank you for letting me know. Okay, cool. Well, how are you doing? How was your week? And how has your weekend been doing? Been going. Yep. We're just chilling. We're talking about tabletop RPG systems. Because we played last night. My group, we played D&D, and so it's on my mind. It's always on my mind, but particularly today. Week was good. Ooh, got a rep shirt. The biblically accurate possum one is very good. I really want her, like their dragon design that they worked on a couple months ago. It's so good. It's so cool. I had to go play a tabletop RPG. Heck yeah, nice. What system are you guys playing in? We played 5e last night, but we're talking about all kinds of systems right now. I gotta level up my character Lucy, who I made in the little spirit sessions. Or Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions. Usually we use 7th C. Oh, I've never heard of that one before. 2nd edition. Interesting. We're gonna go play a custom one since we have some people that will be like, yeah, that sounds fun. That's the perfect time to try out new systems. It's when you need kind of an impromptu... Wait, I can't use that number pad. That sounds cool. I've never heard of 7th C before. I have to open Roll20, but I'll mute the tab. I can roll my health. I'm hosting, people haven't showed up yet. No! Well, they better show up quick. Yeah. We have we have a couple people in our group that, like, just because of like their life schedules or everything, it's not anything against them, but we have to like poke them before game of like, hey, don't forget. We gotta play. I feel like people always joke about like how the hardest part of an RP of a tabletop game is like getting everybody together schedule wise. That's so true. That is so true. We have to text someone, otherwise they'll wake up at noon and they have to oh no, they have to drive an hour. No. Yeah. I'm also it really, scheduling is the hardest part. I always feel bad because like I write it down and everything when our session is, but because like most of the group is like central time zone and I'm Eastern, so my brain will see like we're starting at 7 p.m. CST, and my brain will like read that and be like, that's no problem, I can just change that because then it's just 8 p.m. my time. But then by the time it actually gets to the day that we're supposed to play, my dyscalculia brain is like, but are you remembering it properly? Are you remembering it properly? Is it 7 p.m. your time or 7 p.m. their time? And I always feel like I have to ask my poor DM, like, hey, I just need to double check what time is it? I feel like I feel like they're probably like, why don't you know this by now? It's been 6 years. Like, I know. I just don't want to forget. Put it into a calendar so I don't fart around. Yeah, yeah. He's been very helpful the past few times he's like written in our little Discord. Um, like, hey, like he's like writing like our next session will be at this time, which helps because then I could just look at the message and be like, I don't have to bother him. These two are in there fine, ready to go. Yeah, yeah. I probably would have been on earlier, but I just did not feel good yesterday. So I was like, I'm just gonna wait till a little closer to hang out. I have the opposite problem with my online group. I'm CDT, they're all ET. Oh no, yeah you are, you're like, you're flip-flop. That's really funny. When I run, I always post the time, both Pacific and Eastern. Yeah. Someone here. Okay, well, yeah, go have fun. Thank you for stopping by, Eli. Go have fun. We are always here to chit-chat, so anytime. Stop on by. How to get a planner to keep up with all the games I plan. Yeah, that's I really want to run more like one-shots in games for my friends in general, but all my friends are literally every time zone in the US. So if I get like our normal main group, everybody's in like Central Time and I'm in Eastern, no big deal. But like the last one shot I ran had somebody from I think literally every time zone because I was Eastern. I think two or three of you were oh no, four of you were Central. I think it was you, Layla, Scarlet, White, and Stu. And then Spencer was Pacific Time. And I don't think Kume played in that one. But Kume's normally Mountain Time. So in games that Kume does play, I have all 4 time zones that I have to account for. And I'm like, ugh. You know what I need to do? I need to figure out, Discord has a way of like, you post the time and it will auto convert. It'll be like user local specific. So you don't have to like manually post every single time zone. It'll automatically update for like the person. I need to figure out how to do that because I feel like that would be very, very helpful. Oh my god. That scared me. I'm playing in it every other Friday game with a person that lives in Tasmania. That's so cool. Oh my, yeah, he's just not gonna stop, so I will mute, don't worry. Ooh, baby, I rolled a 10 for my HP. I rolled a 7 plus 3. That's pretty dang good. Hell yeah. I am now at I'm at 125 health. Because I'm gonna take a level in fighter. Remember how to level up? I mean, not too bad. I'm taking a level in fighter instead of paladin because when I'm level 11 as a fighter, I get I get 2 extra attacks. So if I leveled up in paladin to 5, I would get only just my first extra attack, and it does not stack when you're multi-classing. It seems like I googled, it seems like that was the consensus, is that no, you take whatever is higher. So if I take fighter extra attack, I will in fact get my initial attack, which triggers my first extra attack, which triggers my extra attack. So I get 3 attacks per turn now. If I action surge, I could feasibly attack another time, which I could then attack another 2 more times. I could attack 6 times per turn if I wanted to. Well, not per turn, but like if I use the action surge, I can, which is kind of bonkers. I'm excited about that. Speaking of one-shots, with my partner, I need a one-shot for later in the fall where the whole thing is an allegory for our relationship. Oh my god! Blue, that's so cute! Oh my gosh, that's adorable! Yeah, hit die plus constitution for HP, yeah. Oh my god, that's so cute and sweet. Oh my that sounds so adorable. Also, congrats in advance. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. I love it. It's gonna be Shadowfell themed because their favorites. Yes. Is it gonna be like kind of like with your existing characters? Or are you guys gonna get Are you guys gonna use like new characters for the one shot? You rolled max health. Nice. What's Finley's health at now? Before goopification, in which then he jumps to like 300 HP because he's broke. I say affectionately. You're at 119. I'm at 120. I'm a fighter paladin and my max is 125 and you're 119. How is that possible? Actually, I take that back because warlocks they could feasibly be anything. They could be up close, they could be casters, they could be mid. Yeah. What die do they use a D8 for warlock? Hit dice D8. Okay, okay. Alright, cool. Nice. I mean, that's good. Finley's a beefy boy. And I feel like once you start, like, pulling some nonsense in fights, you get targeted very fast, so... Warlock constitution needing to be high as... Oh, okay. I've never played a warlock. All my warlock knowledge comes from skimming and from Layla. Layla's my insider knowledge about warlock. And update my plus super. Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, that cloak of protection will be very, very good for Finley, I feel like. Ooh, new character is gonna be a dungeon delve to find an enchanted item, a ring. And as they go through puzzles and stuff, they'll find out it's the tomb of a pair of elf lovers. One from Shadowfell, one from the Fey. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so romantic. That's really cute. I love it. Oh my gosh. I want to hear all about this as it gets closer. Please, I want to hear more. I want to hear more and I want to hear how it goes. Ah, that's so cute. Are you guys gonna play like as a group in the one shot or is it gonna be just like a one-to-one type of session? I didn't know. I don't know if you guys wanted like privacy for it or... Specifically built Finley with a little bit lower bonus on his con since he was a wispy boy. That's true. He is a tall boy, but he's very gangly. Warlock in a one-shot the other day. Her name is Lemonade, Plasmoid Girl. That's so cute! Ooh. I gotta play my Plasmoid. She's adorable. I've been wanting to play one for so long that I made one. And I haven't actually gotten a chance to, like, play her. They're just a cute little ancestry. Oh yeah, I have extra attack ×2 now. Smiles. That's kind of the only thing I get, which I'm okay with. I don't think our, I need to check. So we're in total now. We're level 15 in total. Okay, so my proficiency bonus is still +5. Okay. That's the only trick about multi-classing is I have to keep up with how things split. I think I'm gonna get a group from my partner's friends together for it. They'll all be in the loop of what's happening except for my partner with you, the DM. Okay, that's very cute. That's adorable. And this could be fun too, I feel like. It's gonna be a fun time. Hanging out with everybody and then bam. Get them. Oh, you know, I need to... Ah, is that already applied though? It's not. Yeah, that's very exciting. Very, very exciting. And you got time to prep for it because you said you're gonna do it like in the fall. How long have you guys been together? 9, 2. Hey, my intelligence saving throw is now a flat 0. Because I forgot that I also have a ring of protection. This passed May with 3 years! Oh my god, congrats! We've lived together for a year in August. Yeah. You've lived through every season. Cute. Well, congrats. Congrats. 8. No, wait. 18 plus 1 is 19. No, wait a minute. I gotta go look at something real quick. Armor. What is the point of heavy armor in 5e? So you don't get murdered. You don't get stabbed instantly. Okay, it's a flat 18. I feel like my AC has been wrong. Just oops, oopsie, whoopsie, uh-oh. 18 plus 1 is 19. Yes. My AC's been wrong. That's my bad. Right, because I don't think I could. Oh, and I can't just text Stu because he's asleep right now. Probably. Is D&D Beyond gonna let me look at this? See, and this is the problem with 5e is I do like numbers because I like rules and I like mechanics and I like rolling dice and stuff. And usually like once my sheet is set up, I'm good to go. I can just grab what's there. But setting up my sheet is a lot of numbers and it's a lot to keep track of and it's very hard for my brain. Okay, adamantine armor is just a flat 18 AC. Okay. So let me go back over here. He was up later than me and was on Yeah. Yeah, I saw him and Corey hanging out for a little bit even after I got off. But I think I went to bed when at like 12. Oh my god, pardon me. Like 12:30-ish my time. Oh my gosh. Those boys. I'm so curious if his schedule's gonna change now because he's putting in his 2 weeks. I wonder if he's gonna like look for another third shift job because he's used to it, or if he's gonna look for have to adjust his schedule. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh right, okay. 18 plus 1 is 19. And 19 plus 2 is 21. Yes, okay. So my AC was not wrong. I had it at 22. It should only be 21. Okay. Okay. I think her sheet is done. I should show, I wanna like, hang on, let me save this real quick. Choose a different folder. D&D. The Vast. So level 11 fighter, and what is today's date? 69. Nice. No. June 9th. Not 2023, 2024 now. Save. Okay. I gotta show you guys her sheet because it's kind of ridiculous. Adobe Acrobat. Yeah. Please. Please. Oh. I forgot that it was all done. I uncrop you. Eh, whatever, it's fine. It can be cropped. So let me, oh no, I do need to uncrop it. Transform, fit to screen. Not helpful. OBS, really not helpful. Anyway, look how small her her everything is. Look at it. It's so small because she has so much written on her sheet. Look at this. Look at this. So when I'm like playing and I'm like, I have to like squint and like lean in close. Like, look at that. Yeah, dude, she has so many abilities. It's when you start multi-classing in 5e, it's very fun, but it's so much to keep up with. No, I hate D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond makes me want to hurt something. I used D&D Beyond when I very first got into 5e and I started playing with everybody. But I couldn't. It drives me bonkers. It drives me bonkers because I have to like keep up with buttons and how the interface works versus me just editing a PDF. And I have what I did, let me open this as well. I actually made a little cheat sheet for her. I made like a reference sheet. Oops. Oh, cancel. I made like a, yeah, no, that's not where our money came from initially. We actually found a little like treasure dungeon essentially. Remember it was Oliver's mom's stash, and so we got a bunch of money from her initially. And that is where most of Lucy's money is from. But then we did rob somebody. But the person that we robbed, yeah, they were a bad guy. They were warmongers. And they were kind of just really shitty people in general. So it's fine. But most of that money is in the vault. Yeah, but I made like a cheat sheet for Lucy's all her abilities. So I made, I don't know why this is like so zoomed in. Hang on. Can I like fix this? It's kind of driving me nuts. Okay. Yeah. So I made like a cheat sheet for Lucy of her actions, bonus actions, and reactions, and I color coded them because I'm neurotic. And also, it helps me read it faster. As in, because yeah, I know a bunch of like people from our group do use D&D Beyond and have fine with it, but I'm like, I don't know. It just didn't vibe with me, and is as complex. Like my hesitation with a lot of with like my numbers in 5e is just, I joked about it last night of like, I have a learning disability question, but I legitimately like dyscalculia is I don't have the confidence of like, yes, Isabel, you do have these numbers properly figured out ahead of time. You're fine. If I just didn't second guess myself, it wouldn't take so long, but because there's so many numbers, and because I've always been notoriously bad with numbers, I'm constantly second guessing. It's a psychological thing, it's a me thing. Hello, Rampant Bacon, welcome on in! Good evening. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? We're chit-chatting about games. Welcome in. How's your weekend been? How's your week been? In general. Yeah. Yeah. I'm leveling up my character, so I was going over my little cheat sheet that I made for her, because she's a multi-class. She's a multi-class battle master fighter. So she already was the Swiss Army knife of fighters, and then I took some levels in paladins, and I have even more abilities. So it's a lot to keep up with, so I made a little cheat sheet for her. He's been good, good. Only next week and then 2 weeks of holiday. Ooh, nice. Are you like taking the time off, or is it a like a seasonal holiday for you guys? But yeah, I made I color coded actions, bonus actions, reactions. I kind of like put everything she can do, because I also have like magic items, like the Retaliating Bloom is a shield that she has which can do stuff. I have like custom feats that our DM makes us, which are very, very good. But I used one last night, and it killed the bad guy. I was very proud of myself. Yes, she's a Vengeance Paladin, yeah. So I have Bane and like Abjure Enemy and stuff like that. Well, you taking 2 weeks? Nice. And still got 2 more weeks got for summer. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Do you have anything like special planned, or are you gonna like are you gonna travel, or are you just gonna chillax, max, relax? Because both are very good. Yeah. It was very good. Oh, and then I have like her feats down here. So I have like active feats are things that I can like do versus passive feats are just kind of things about me. So like my fighting styles. Oh yeah, I'm immune to disease. Hey, I forgot about that. Like I took the alert feat recently. So like my initiative is +8 now. It's kind of broken. Because I have a +5. Her dex is only a +1, but then I have this +2 from combat leader. So, which I think is a custom feat I have actually. I don't think that's a book feat. My cousin is using me as labor for renovating his house. Oh no! Well, hopefully you guys, if you're working together, it'll be fun. Make sure you are staying plenty hydrated. Keep your electrolytes up. All that good stuff if it's gonna be hot. Doing hard labor like that, get yourself some fans and stuff. I mean, AC if you have it, but if not, make sure you have like little box fans and things like that. And it sucks, but like starting earlier in the day when it's nice and cool. So it's like, yeah, you gotta get up early, but working when it's cooler instead of working at like right peak heat at like 2 p.m. Multiclassing Artificer and Wizard has been a nightmare because of all the wizard spells and all the artificer. That sounds... See, Wizard kind of like intimidates me as it is. I cannot imagine multiclassing Wizard with another essentially spellcaster. Like, it sounds super fun. I feel like if you can keep up with it, it's gotta be really cool and interesting. Like, very engaging, but also... Nothing can stop me from just opening Kylo's character sheet and staring at it because I miss my boy! When was the last time that you played him? The character sheet that you like, your like reference sheet that you made for him was so cool. It looks so good. I was there to do grunt work and set up his network. Okay, hopefully not too bad then, and you can still have plenty of time to relax, you know? Make him buy you pizza. Make him buy you lunch. Looking at invocations is Unearth Arcana. When you hit a creature with your Eldritch Blast, you can cast Fireball as a bonus action using a Warlock spell slot. The spell must be centered on the creature. That's so busted! Like, that's really cool, but that's so busted. Because you're essentially casting Fireball as a bonus action cantrip. Well, no, because you are still using a spell slot. I guess you're getting access to Fireball and casting it as a bonus action. But you're only triggering it via a cantrip. That's really good. It's Unearthed Arcana, though. So I would definitely double check with Jeremy. Because Unearthed Arcana is that like currently playtested stuff? Now that I said that, I'm like, wait, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't remember what Unearthed Arcana means. Which is very possible. I'm gonna post I'm looking at Dinky, okay. It sounds really fun. If he lets you use it, that sounds really fun. Must we be paid how family is in these cases. Free food and beer after work. I mean, free food and drinks is pretty good. Money's better, but free food and drinks is also very good. The more Finley kills, the more health he has. That's true, and you already have a lot of health, which is kind of bonkers. Oh yeah, these are my resources, but I can't actually check them off. They're just for like a visual aid. Oh, lay on hands. I need to double check. I don't think that pool has increased because my paladin level didn't increase, but I need to double check. My character sheet, yeah, it's so good. been at least a month since we played that game, but I'm trying to convince my partner to run it soon because the next session should be pretty easy. Yeah, that would be nice, especially if it's just like a chill time. Or it's one where like you guys are gonna be mostly just like chit-chatting, and so your partner, they can just kind of like sit back and relax while you guys do all the work. Level increases his paladin level increase. Okay. 5 times oh, okay, let me double check that I have that properly, because she's only level 4 paladin. She's Oath of Vengeance. Let me double check. Paladin. I have all my sheets up here. Let's see. Okay, your paladin level times 5. Oh, okay, so maybe I didn't level it up last time. I should've. Let me look on her actual sheet, because maybe it was updated here. Oh, see this tiny script. This is why I have my nice little resource sheet that I obviously have to update. Where is it? Wait, here she is. Here's the girl. This is her original drawing when I very first made her. Sometimes I'm like, I miss how I used to draw her, but I'm not gonna change, so it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Like, okay, lay on hands. Okay, this does need to be changed here. This is 20 now. And I'll have to change that in my resource doc. I should probably just do that now, TBH. And she says 15, okay, yeah. Alright, I'll have to change that in my little resource doc to upgrade. But this is, I have to do this is initially a Word doc that then I convert and export to PDF. These are my spell slots. Or my spells. And then here's like just a written of all my feats and abilities. These are all my maneuvers as a battle master. I have menacing attack as I can scare people now. And my tenets of vengeance, which are not, these are just RP stuff. Just for reference. I used fainting attack last night, which gave me advantage, which let me crit the bad guy. And then I got to do basically double max damage because I rolled really well. Which is important because when I did like fucking over 30 points of damage, I have a special custom feat from our DM, Overwhelm, that he has to, whoever I hit with the attack has to make a Constitution saving throw against the DC's what damage I hit. So if I hit them for like 40 damage, they have to roll over 40 or else they're stunned until the start of my next turn. So I basically stun locked him and then I just beat him to death. Which is kind of broken but felt really good because Lucy's a fighter and that's what I do, is I hit things very hard. So it was nice. And maybe, oh, not chill, but a lot of RP on the player's part because we'll be going to visit Kylo's baby! Is not well liked there. Oh no! Well, Kylo gets to go see his child and they need to just deal with it. And it'll be good. I'm gonna see the baby! The precious child. Oh, what did you say? Oh, you get another Mystic Arcanum, a free level 8 spell. Ooh, what are you gonna pick? Is it from any class or is it Warlock class? I don't remember how Warlock works. She has a calculation. Yeah! Yeah, I try to put as much like information as I can. It's just whether or not I keep up with it. Which it hasn't really come up because Lucy's not. We have plenty of people who can heal. Lucy's not really meant to be a healer. The lay on hands is just nice, like in an emergency, she can help. Actually, I think I healed Torsten in a fight last year. I think when we were in Raven's Bluff, he got knocked down and he got up again because I picked him up. Because Torsten's always picking up Lucy. He's always there to revive her and keep her going. I mean, everybody else is too, but Torsten's always like, if she goes down in combat, he like runs to her side. So he went down and so she ran to his side because they're pals. They're pals. Excuse me. I'm gonna need a cheat sheet for cabbage soon because I plan on doing 17 wizard levels. Yes, I definitely recommend, like, I mean, I recommend it because I like making stuff like this, like the little cheat sheet, but it's genuinely, like, really helpful to have. I have it up, I have my character sheet up when we play, and I also have my little reference sheet, and it's very helpful if you can, like, make it in a way that is easy for you to read. Like, this is a lot. This is a lot, even if we were playing regularly, this is a lot to keep track of. And Lucy's a fighter paladin, she really doesn't have a lot of, like, she has spells, but they're mostly stuff like Compelled Duel or Searing Smite and stuff like that. So they're not really, like, they're not really a lot of, like, intense spells to keep up with, but it's still a lot, right? And this has helped me in so many occasions of being like, even just, I mean, I color coded them because I have synesthesia, and so it makes it very easy for me to color code stuff because words and numbers and stuff already have the color association for me. So, like, in my head, the word actions is blue. So I'm like, well, that's easy. I just color code this as this. Bonus actions is green. Reactions are red because R is a red letter. I don't know. So when I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? I don't need to not only dig through my abilities, I can just look. Like, I can, my brain can just block out the entire, like, left 2 columns. I can just look at my reactions columns. What can I do at the time? What do I need to do? Stuff like that. I still get confused about stuff because I'm an idiot, but, like, but it definitely helps. I recommend setting something up. I just made basic, like, I opened up Microsoft Word and did, like, 2 tables. Picked a small but readable font. I picked a small font because initially this all fit on one page. It obviously does not anymore. But yeah, I recommend it, especially for multi-classing when things get really complicated. You don't gotta worry about keeping up with everything on a single sheet. You just pull it up when you need it and put it away when you don't, you know? No biggie. Very good. Let's see. Now I'm been jabberwalling. I've been holding on to so much art of his baby for years because I've just been holding on. Yes! She's so cute. I love the little, like, hand on his reference sheet. It was good. It was cute. It was very cute. And I like because it's still, like, a reveal. This is like, here's this little baby's hand, but she's not on the sheet entirely because we still gotta go meet her. Very cute. We're like, yeah, maddening darkness. Magical darkness spreads from a point you choose within range to fill a 60-foot radius sphere until the spell ends. The darkness spreads around corridors. A creature with dark vision can't see through this darkness. Non-magical light as well as light created. Okay, so it is kind of like the darkness spell. That's very cool. Shrieks, gibbering, and mad laughter can be heard within the sphere. Whenever a creature starts its turn in the sphere, it must make a wisdom saving throw. Taking 8d8 psychic damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. That's bonkers. That's insane. This is really good, though. We need Finley, like, a feat that Kara had. I think, you can cast it once a day for free. That's really good. Kara had a feat. I think it was a custom one that Jeremy gave her, though, in which if my thunder and lightning damage spells, I could choose to do max. Well, I don't remember if that was I don't remember if that was a domain thing. Now I'm kind of curious, actually. Because she was a Tempest domain cleric, and basically she could, her, like, thunder or lightning spells, she could choose to do max damage. So I wouldn't have to roll. I could just, if I did, like, chain lightning, I could just do, like, 30 damage flat. And then when she was higher level, I would couple it with, this is, I think, a player book. It's like elemental no, maybe not elemental adapt, but it was a feat where I can convert the spell type damage to a different type of damage. So I could just do stuff like harm, convert it to lightning, do max damage, and I would chain different abilities like that. And I feel like Finley needs that kind of an ability where okay, it was a channel divinity destructive wrath. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use your channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of roll. Yeah, I would do that, and then I would combo it with the conversion feat that I had, and I would just do stupid amounts of damage with her. It was broken. It was very good. It was very good. my little combat medic that she was. Okay, well I think Lucy's all leveled up now. I do actually, I want to update this resource doc real quick. Oh, bork. I do not. Oh my god, I missed your message. I recommend crit smiting. I always forget to searing smite, because usually if I do a crit like that, if I get a crit and I do stupid like over 40 damage, I'll usually then use my overwhelm feat. And usually what will get it for me is I will bonus action fainting attack to give myself advantage, and then that'll usually get me the natural 20. So I've already used my bonus action. Sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. Okay, let me go down here. Here's lay on hands is 20. Now. Spend 5 points to cure target of 1 disease or poison. Paladin level times 5. Okay. And I don't think anything else has been updated. Oh no, my fighting style! The plate is 18, plus a shield is 2, plus defense is plus 1. That's why my AC was 21. See? This is what I'm talking about, is I do the numbers and I do the math, but I don't trust myself that I've done the work. And I did. Her AC is 22. Yeah, I know the PDF already exists because Adobe makes me do a save as, even though I click just save, and I hate you, Adobe. I hate you. Extra attack. Times 2. Might as well update that too. I still only know 4 spells because I'm pretty sure it's dependent on my paladin level. Which is fine because I don't really use them. I don't really need to. Lucy has a phenomenal team, so she really doesn't need to do a lot of... Yes! Replace it! There's a lot of stuff that she just doesn't really need to do, because that's what her team is for, you know? Okay. And I can go back over to Spirit City, and I leveled up Lucy. All done. Daily timer. Okay. A little over an hour into stream. Not too bad. Not too bad. Ugh, I'm gonna stretch. Okay. I do want to swap to drawing. Oh my god! Hi, Fish Mage! Welcome in! Howdy doody, long time no see. How have you been? I just finished up leveling my character for D&D. And I'm gonna swap to drawing now, I think. I would like to draw. I don't know what I would like to draw, but I would like to draw. How have you been? How has your week been? How's your weekend been? While I get my my art stuff all set up. I would like to work on the thwap emote. Let's see. It feels so weird to not have my coffee this morning, but I ran out of my syrups to make it taste not like coffee, so I guess I'll die now. Do you have any like caffeinated tea maybe? I know it's not the same, but weekend was okay, good. I'm glad to hear you've been doing well. Let's see. My brain is like, we're talking about D&D stuff. I should draw D&D stuff, but I don't really have anything that I want to work on, so we'll just do emotes like we planned. Oh wait, I need to double check this canvas size. That's what I thought. Peace. 500 by 500. Okay, let me, I guess since I haven't changed screens yet. Yes. $500. Backface. 500. I can export this. Gee. Your head hurts. Oh no! Well, make sure you're drinking water. Get a snack too. You haven't had anything to eat, and take some Tylenol if you need it, you know? Sir. Imposter syndrome with art? Well, that's no good. You gotta believe in yourself. Believe in the heart of the cards. It's not so much for the caffeine as it is the routine, like when I sit down to watch your stream. I always have my coffee because it's weekend morning. Yeah! That's so fair. Why do I have notification? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna read this right now. Okay, I need to open air server. Where are you? I'm able to just... Lorbo. That's my guy. Okay. Full screened. Where's my glove? Okay, oh, my gloves over here. Okay. And then I'm gonna put my... Yeah, I usually have breakfast, like, right before I stream. Which means that I eat maybe half of it, and then I just stop, and... so now I have, like, a bunch of cherries left over, and I'm like, but I do want them. Hello! Welcome in, Emily! Good morning! Comfy Edie Bun. Yeah. 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 Ooh, Mallow gets a snacky. How are you doing, Emily? How has your weekend been? I was just about to swap over to art and stuff, but I will give Mallow a snacky first. Which she's cool with, because she's currently having a snacky of her own. Oh. I stood up and she's like, what's going on? What's going on? I took a really good picture of her last night. I'll put it up when I sit back down. Very good. Hello, creature. You got two. Even though you should have only gotten one, I gave you two. So cute. Went to a botanical garden that was doing a butterfly room. Ooh, that sounds amazing. That sounds so pretty. A butterfly room. Did any of them land on you? It's always very magical when that happens. Oh, I need to swap my... I need to close all these tabs. And then I need to change to... art as my category. I'm gonna leave up the Spirit City in the background for the music and stuff, but I am gonna like change my screen over, so. And we're gonna We're gonna put Lucy at the desk so she can draw. We'll put on a little timer. I'm gonna do 20-minute sessions, I think. Dragonflies land on me. Oh, dragonflies are cool though. That's awesome. Oh, I need to... Okay, I'm gonna shunt Lucy out of existence. Bye, Lucy. Where's my game capture? Here it is. Oh. Why is this not connected? Why did this disconnect? Florbo. Pardon me. There we go. There we go. We'll work on this. Excuse me. Oh. Imposter syndrome without... I don't know. I feel scared and stressed. I don't know. Do you know what about the process that is kind of like intimidating you? Or is it just kind of a general feeling? Oh, let me start my little timer. Ching. Like, are you trying to maybe kind of like go outside of your comfort zone? Actually, you know what? I remember what I wanted to do with this is... That is not... In case I wanted to like go off screen a little bit. Oh, I was gonna show a picture of Mallow. Jeez, what am I doing? Where is she? I'll put her in VChat chat. Yeah, she was big chillin'. Window capture. Look at her. Big chillin'. She was big chillin' while we were playing last night. She was maxing out chillaxin'. She's like, oh, mom is wailing on a dude. Get him. She's proud of me. She is creature. We'll leave her up like we did last time. Put her down here. I gotta add pictures of her to like streamer bot, and then if you guys do like a channel redeem, a picture of her will come up or something. I think that could be cute. A little Banui. She's up on her house right now. She has a little wooden house that she likes to jump up onto. It was so good. It was so good last night we were playing, because like... we just work so well as a team now. I think maybe I want to kind of sketch this a little bit, right? It's any. Also because I technically have not warmed up. Doki vanished. Bunch of like summons that were there. Ishtar, poor Ishtar just got wailed on. So our group was like, the fight was like on a bridge, right? And we were all kind of like grouped up here, and then the bad guy was like here, and then he had like his little summons in the middle. And Ishtar had like, I think she took a potion of flying, and so she went around to get to him, which worked because he then proceeded to wail on her. And he did like 50 points of damage in one turn. In like one attack. And then because he had like legendary actions or something, he then got to attack again. And he did another 50 points of damage. Oh, whoa. I saw my bitrate go down to the tanker for a second there. Okay, no, it looks okay. I looked up a little fucked up face. It did a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah. Oh, nice break. Yeah, she got fucking decimated. But like we said, was that like it kind of worked out because then he stayed on that side of the bridge, just like wailing on her and kind of taking pot shots at Torsten from afar instead of coming over to just jump in the middle of the group and mess us up. So it did actually work out kind of well. I do feel bad though because she got absolutely blasted. I don't know if I want this angled so much, or if I want, like... Because how's it gonna look small, right? Like, that's what matters. I think like this could be brought over a little more. Oh, I have magnetics on. It is good. I like when we work as a team. It just feels good. I've been reading a different system which kind of uses like the Power by the Apocalypse as a like a core as like the core system underneath called I think Fantasy World. I'm not very far into reading about it. And I'm kind of mixed because on one hand it's like your group being a team, being like a fellowship is a core mechanic. And on one hand I do like that it's like, you know, the RP side of things is emphasized. Like there is combat and fights and stuff, but like the RP component is important, is more like at the forefront of the narrative. And I like that, but then also I'm kind of mixed because I'm like, I don't know if I like that a game is telling me that, like, your characters are friends. Like, I like it when it kind of happens more organically, of, like, which characters end up getting along with others. And I guess that could still happen, it's more of just, you know, kind of setting a rule down for no infighting or something. I don't know. I'm torn. The system itself, the mechanics itself look simple, right? Because it's powered by the apocalypse, so you use like 2d6 for the most part, and that's all you really need to worry about. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm laying down this sketch. I do this so that I can actually see how it's gonna block out. You know? You know? Give me like a rolled up newspaper, but since the background is gray, you don't need to be friends in Power by Apocalypse, you just need to know it. Yeah, but I mean like specifically in this system, it's like you guys are a team. Which I guess technically you can be a team and not be friends. As long as you're cooperating together. Maybe I will just kind of color block this. Even if it's just lazy. But I haven't really gotten very far into it, so like I don't know, like they mentioned like what kinds of classes and stuff you can play as, but I haven't actually like gotten to that part yet. Which is kind of a crucial thing for me, is like, do these classes actually look fun to play in this version of whatever game? I'm gonna duck out. Hope y'all have a lovely Sunday upcoming week. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and chit-chatting and stuff. Have a good week yourself. Enjoy your donuts if you go get some. And thanks for stopping by. Oh, I watched the Monster of the Week games that my friend Chris runs regularly, and most of the time, characters just know each other and tolerate each other. Oh no! Sometimes it'd be like that. I played the Meddling Kid Monster of the Week and the Transformed Mass and enjoy both. I have not. I think I only played kind of one Monster of the Week, and then I think I ruined it. Sorry. I just do that, unfortunately. So I don't really have a lot of experience with it. I'm trying to think, have I played any other... I don't know if I've actually like sat down and been able to really like play a proper Powered by the Apocalypse version of a game, right? Because like they all have different skins and mechanics and stuff. I want to. I still do kind of want to try out Dungeon World. Because I have the book and I read it and I like a lot of things about it. I'm gonna do the hair over here. I have some reservations about it. And I need to just sit down and run games and just try them, but I have so many other things that I want to do with my spare time. And I don't mean that begrudgingly, I want to work on art, or I want to write or something, versus sitting down and like learning a new system and setting up a one-shot for it and stuff. Like, it's a different chunk of my time that I often don't really have the energy for, versus like my kind of established hobbies that I have more energy for. I need to learn how to play Monster of the Week because I love Supernatural and Buffy. I've heard they're very fun. I have a friend who, I guess technically a few friends that kind of like regularly play in one, and they have a blast. I don't know if I've ever partaked in one myself. Maybe one day. I get rid of this. I guess we'll know that and I can do like vague symbols for the sake of Just a placeholder, you know. It's okay. Let's see. I have like 10 5e one-shots written that I cycle through. I just need another system to also run for Barhaven. Yeah. I have a few that I've either like written up or I have like saved from other people. And I'm just so like I want to try so many different systems, right? Like I do want to try new systems and try new things. But then I'm like, well, I have to not only learn how this system works, at least vaguely enough so that I can like, you know, potentially teach other people, because if none of us know how to play it, then, you know. But then I also need to make the game for it or find one. And if I find one, then again, I have to sit there and read through it. And it's like, oh. I get so tired just thinking about it. I did also want, like, I should do little square bases instead of. I just don't have the spoons for all the games I want to run for my friends. And then I feel like I'm letting them down by not ever running stuff. Well, my brain can only do so many hobbies. Just longingly at my game. Yeah, it's hard. I think I want to make these bigger. This is very silly. You know, I like the idea of this emote. I don't know if I'm liking the execution though. You know. Oh god, it looks so small on screen. Well, no, because it would be folded that way. I'd probably do like that. You know, and kind of bring this up. But I really liked Lumen when I was reading about it, and then again, it was like, this is a combat heavy, like the system, like the actual like rules for combat were super simple, but they're like, this is a combat game. It's based on like looters and shooters, and you literally roll for like drops in combat. So like you kill an enemy, the person, essentially the DM, I think they used a different term, but the DM like rolls dice to see if they drop like energy resources or health or whatever for people to pick up, and then they can keep. And I'm like, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if I like that. I don't mind the idea of like going through an enemy's pockets, I guess like mid combat if you need like a key or like if you want to check for resources or something. Like I don't think I mind that. But the idea of like actively doing that as a mechanic I don't think is my flavor personally. There's nothing wrong with that, just not for me, I don't think. I don't think this emote is for me. I don't know why I'm struggling. I like this little silhouette in the thumbnail, and then when I zoom out to the full image, I don't really... I just wish I could take my favorite parts of games. Yeah, I really like... There's so many different mechanics that I like in different games, but then when I look at them as a whole, I'm like, I don't like this, though, as a finished product. But I like aspects of different things. And I kind of thought about that as I'm like, well, technically I could just take whatever I want and then use whatever I want, but then I'm like, am I gonna basically sit here and just make a game system? Because that's... I don't want to do that. I like game design, and I like tabletop games, and I like really thinking about mechanics and how they work and all that good stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to... Oh, my little timer. But I'm like, I don't really want to... Hold up. I don't want to sit here and make a game. I don't want to make a game system. Like, it's not... I want to play a game. It's one thing to, like, borrow mechanics and try different things. Add it. Ooh, maybe a little tier. Am I on the right? Yeah. Just trying to think of, like, different shapes. I don't dislike that one. I'll just grab one. I don't know if... I... I think... I think what's bothering me is the newspaper. I think the newspaper is actually what's bothering me about this. And I don't want it to be like a little hammer or something. I wanted it to be a newspaper because it's a light chiding, like, thwap, you know? Like a magazine or something. A flip-flop! Okay, a flip-flop is kind of funny. Let's see. You know, like I didn't want it to be even like the tier. I don't dislike, but I almost wanted it to be like a chiding, like you know, like don't self-deprecate, or don't doubt yourself, or don't be horny, or like, you know, like like that kind of a thing. So it's like not an aggressive bonking. Let's try flip-flop though. I'm just gonna I feel like maybe even like a spritz bottle could work. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it. Flip-flop is pretty good. I meant to. I'm just gonna grab this blue again, just as a placeholder. And then whatever color this will be, it will be darker. Flip-flop's kind of funny. It kind of just looks like I'm being hit with a flip-flop though. Let me... Like someone's like throwing it at my face. Oh, no, where's my inking brush? I guess I shouldn't have done a blue because I need to adjust and see what other colors will work. It's kind of fun. I should let me cut and paste these. Cut, paste. Just like that. It's that easy. Cut, paste. Please. There we go. Bonk. You bonked, idiot. Let me try a, I don't hate the flip-flop, I just want to try. Okay, I'm gonna be real, I don't remember what a spray bottle looks like, I gotta go look it up. I just need the general shape images. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of like a... Get the little nozzle, it's smaller. Cap. Bottle. Oh wait, it goes out this way. But I guess it would be depressed if it's being like... It's kind of silly. Okay. Blasted her in the face. Let me color this in. Oh, well, that ended up just being all in one layer. Great. Great. Fantastic. Ah, for goodness sake. Hmm. This needs to be brighter. Nothing else. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm probably not going to keep this anyway. Okay. I always accidentally hit the copy canvas because my brain is so, like, going to flip horizontal, and they're kind of in the same spot, but they're on different tabs. Every time. Shape. Probably for the best if I have that anyway, actually. Okay, we've got some options here. Got options. We got the flip-flop. Got a water spritz. Got a newspaper. I should actually, I should reorganize these because these go on top. Thank you. Sometimes Procreate's finicky with that. You're really just like right in the face. I'm trying to like look at it small, but it looks so much smaller for you guys on screen than it does on my tablet for me. I apologize. I mean, it does read, but flip-flops is very funny. I don't know if I like this pink, but flip-flop is pretty good. We can make it like an orange. Okay, fair. Get thwapped. I think on this one, something I do. Face. I'm gonna have to move the mouth color, I know. It's okay. He's okay. I guess at this point I might as well. Because the layers themselves are still separate, so it's fine. Good thwap. Maybe what I want to do before committing to any of these is like export just the sketches and then put them in my Discord and see if any of them like jump out at me, you know? You know, I wonder. Poor Procreate is like how many layers do you need, human? The answer is a lot. Because I'm trying stuff. Maybe what if I what if I scrunch this up, make it a little bit like thinner, you know? Oh, I always forget that I can't move it if it's on store. Okay, and then just make this whole thing bigger. Actually, I know what I'm. Yeah, I should use them. Ugh. I definitely want like the shoulder and stuff in there. Right here. I might have to sacrifice the little things, but oh good, that was all in the same layer. That's cool. Thank you, Procreate. Oh, I hit new layer, and you just simply didn't do that. I'm just trying to straighten this out. Why am I struggling with this? This is not hard to draw a tube. Restart. I'm overthinking it, I think. This is too long. Like, I feel like that's some problem. That's what I don't like about it. Okay. This looks so stiff. Don't really like the ink. Just a little bit. The taper. Please. Please. There we go. I'm like, please grab the anchor. Just tanked hard, Tamtara. The random DPS kept running ahead and clicking the orbs to summon the ghost. Yeah. DPS kind of got a real attitude issue lately, I've noticed, which is why I stopped doing roulettes. And they said, GG, thank you, and I spotted non left. Yeah, I stopped doing roulettes this past year. I used to do them all the time because I just genuinely enjoyed doing them. But I don't know if it's because, like, I don't know, because I remember, like, leveling classes during, like, Shadowbringer patches because I wasn't caught up with MSQ yet. I was still, like, going through stuff. And people were kind of generally chill. Like, you'd find some people that were jerks, but for the most part, it was okay. I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if it's, like, there's, like, content route or whatever. Now that we're pre-Dawn Trail. People have just been, like, really not cool lately, and I don't... Oh my god, procreate. Oh my god, this is gonna drive me batty! Why isn't it grabbing the anchor point? Yeah, I don't know. They've been really rude lately. And I couldn't do it anymore. I used to enjoy, healing for strangers. And I stopped doing that because I was like, I can't. You guys are kind of being ridiculous. Which is a real shame. I wonder if, oh, but the hand's gonna be gray. I was gonna say, I was like, maybe like a hand holding it would kind of fill this space down here. But I don't want it to be any particular skin color. That's why even on like the pat emote, it's like a gray hand. So it's kind of a ubiquitous anybody. But then it's gonna be gray on gray, which is extremely bad for obvious reasons. It doesn't really help anyway. What did I do in a roulette that we got the other day? Oh, the guy in the chrysalis, where the tank kept using the tank limit break instead of letting the DPS use it for the tear. And I was like, thanks everybody except that guy. And I think it's frustrating because, like, we didn't need it, right? Like, we had the DPS to do it fine. But there were new people there, so it was like, I don't know, just in case. Maybe don't use that in case we do need it, please. I don't know. Don't be purposefully obtuse in a game that is about cooperating with your team, you know? Just cooperate with your team. If you want to play a game where you don't have to work with the team, there are lots of games that do that. That are lots of fun. And are not online co-op game, please. Okay, I do like the straighter line more. You bring the shoulder up a little bit more. That's funny. Like, I want just a little bit of white in this side. I don't know, gang. Chunkla. Let me put this back. Spritz. I think I'm just gonna have to export these and just look. Alright, well that's okay. What time is it? Oh, it's 1:30, okay. Maybe I'll do Sneepy Bun for days when I'm sleepy. I got pretty sleepy today, even. But it's a good day for it, you know? Oh, I can close this little Google page. Let me open real quick. Hang on. Give me just a sec. I was chugging for a second there. I was looking at my D&D notes to see if there's anything I wanted to sketch, but there's not really because it was all combat. So. Oh, I will take a sippy, thank you. And hello. Happy Sunday. I took a sip of apple juice. New Dragon Age gameplay reveal on the 11th. Ooh, okay, cool. Nice. I'm tentatively excited. I'm very worried, right? Because we were talking about last night that, like, this game has gone through developmental hell. They've changed hands and writers so many times. But I'm also very curious because I want to see what they have finally. It kind of feels like Elder Scrolls 6 at this point. Where it's kind of like if this game ever actually comes out, I would just be shocked. And don't get me wrong, I know that games are an absurd amount of work, and frankly I think that they should have long developmental cycles instead of trying to pump out a new game every like 2 years. Because cough cough looks at Pokemon. When you force your teams to put out games every 2 years, they're broken trash. Sorry. Scarlet Violet was broken. It was released and it didn't function for half the people. And I'm not saying the people who had fun with it can't have fun. Of course you can, but it was broken because they were pushing out games like every 2 to 3 years, and it's not enough time, especially when you're trying to do new things each time, so you're not just taking the same core like skeleton coding and then putting new elements into it. Like they were completely restructuring it every time, and it wasn't fair to the development team. So I don't mind games that take a long time, but you know, there's also a certain point where it's like, is this game ever gonna come out? You know, I'm just starting to wonder. And Veilguard, I'm kind of worried because, not because it's had long development cycle, but because they've changed, like, the writing team, constantly laying people off and bringing new people in, and it's like, oh, what is this gonna look like? Play Pokemon Emerald, yeah! The Scarlet and Violet way more. I did not play Sword and Shield. I missed the Black and White, X and Y Sword and Shield generations, those whole span, that whole like big chunk of time. I didn't really play any of those. Violet was gonna be my one that I got back into it, and I think it's the only Pokemon game that I played that I never finished. So I was just like, it did too much, explained too little about all the new stuff, and what was there to be like, did you know that fire's weak against water? I'm like, yeah, I know. But then, like, wasn't explaining a lot of, like, the new mechanics about, like, here's this giant crystal on your map, this is what it means. And it was like, I feel like that's the stuff you guys should be explaining, but okay. That's just me. And then, you know, when the game was actually loading, because half the time it didn't, which was very frustrating. But Korra Studios team was restructured, yeah. So it's like, I want to give the new Dragon Age game a chance, but I'm scared. I'm scared, and I feel so bad for the team. Sword and Shield was bad. Oh no! I never played it. I think I've heard kind of mixed reviews about Sword and Shield. And some people are quite fond of it, even though it's not terribly popular, and then others are like, no, it's not popular for a reason. But you know, to each his own. Never finished Sun and Moon. Sun, I think, was... I never finished Sword or Shield or Sun and Moon. I think, oh no, I didn't have Sun, I had Moon. I did like Moon. Moon, I think, was... I think Moon was the generation that I came back into it after a while. I think before that, I had played... I want to say Diamond, and then I didn't really play new Pokemon games kind of all through college, and then I got back into them with Moon, and I thought it was cute. It was very easy. I do kind of agree with people who were like, this game was like babyfied, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty kind of a joke of how easy it was, but also it is a game for children, so you know. I'm not gonna be mad if my Pokemon game is kind of like a pushover. I feel like it gets a pass. It is nice when it challenges you, but it was very I give Sun and Moon a pass for being kind of easy, because it seemed like the general vibe that they were going with was just very cutesy and charming, and I don't know. It seemed like the tone of the game wasn't, it was just meant to be more focused on quote-unquote fun over challenge. And I think that's a hard balance to strike in a game like Pokemon, because you want to be cute and accessible and charming and colors and fun characters, but it is technically a tactical strategy game because it's turn-based combat, so... And, oh, that was Life Revolt, yeah. Rosemas big, I was playing Pokemon Hell, yeah. It's something about just like the time frame. But I thought Moon was cute. I was annoyed when they did the thing of like, okay, here's Sun and Moon, but now here's the real Sun and Moon, so we can just re-release it with slightly different things, and I'm like, I don't think so. Ain't gonna get me. Game freak, nice try. I played this game once, I'm good. I did like Diamond though, way back when I played it. I really miss a lot. I know that they have to do like new gimmicks every time they put out like a new generation, and that's not a knock. I mean, that's always been the Pokemon formula, right? Is each generation has new Pokemon or a new gimmick, whether it's like the contests or making Poffins or walking around with your Pokemon, and you know, so on and so forth. There's always some new hook. But sometimes I really miss just like making Poffins for my Pokemon or doing the contest, even if it wasn't like a primary focus, right? Like in those older generations, those were kind of the new gimmicks, so they were a big part of like the downtime in the game. But now I feel like they could be just kind of like a nice little thing you do on the side, but they haven't brought them back, and I'm like, oh, I miss them. They were kind of fun. Maybe they weren't that popular though, maybe that's why. I didn't have, well, in general, social media was not really like, oh, oh well, wasn't really, quite as accessible as it is nowadays, so... If there was hullabaloo about it at the time, I was not privy. I liked stuff like that. That was cute. I also really liked, like putting little stickers on your Pokeballs. And, So when like you threw it out, it would like do like little hearts or bubbles or something. I thought that was cute. It was kind of a nice like little way to customize your Pokemon and stuff, I guess, in a way. I would always do different ones per like the Pokemon type or their personality or something. I would pick ones that would match the Pokemon. Here's my stabilization, yeah. That's fine. I also liked Moon because Sun and Moon like really leaned into the regional variants and stuff. That was cool. That was a nice way to get back into it. It was not only new Pokemon and like a new setting and stuff, but regional variants were cool. It's a cool concept. And it makes sense. Oh my gosh, not to pivot too much, but the Summer Games Fest the other day. I added so many games to my wish list. I'm very excited. I just didn't like the gyms and the island bosses and the way they did cutscenes at every few. Yes, I'll give you that with the cutscenes. It was very much like, okay, we walked 3 steps, time for a cutscene, and it was like, oh my god, please let me move. I also felt really bad. I don't like how in newer well, maybe it's I think Hao was a big offender. Hao is a great character. This is not a critique on Hao as the character. This is a critique on how Hao is used. I don't mind when your rival is like your neighbor or your friend or something. But Hao was so nice and so earnest. It felt really bad to beat him. Like, it felt bad. It didn't feel like, because there have been like rivals in the past where like you're not on bad terms, but you're rivals. Like, so when you beat them, there is a sense of like competition between you two. How it just felt like this dude actually has a goal and aspirations and a personal stake, and I'm just beating him down. It didn't feel good. I didn't like that about Sun and Moon. And it was impossible to lose to him, not only because it's like, well, you have to beat your rival or you can't progress to the next area. It was literally, he was just so easy. He was so easy to beat. Didn't he also... I could be misremembering, but did Hao pick what was weak to you? Where normally your rivals will pick your weakness. So like, if I picked water, he picked fire. I don't remember though. I could be misremembering. They got lazy and took all of Hao's animations and put them on your... I don't like that. Well... I don't like it in theory, but I wonder if maybe they had to do it because if they were... I would want to look at like how much time they had to work on each game. if maybe they just needed to save time. Whether they really wanted to or not, you know? So I can give him a— oh, I have the stabilizer on. I was like, why is this line being just like ridiculous? I can give him a pass for that if they— oh. They had to just cut corners where they could. I can respect that. I believe in the context of how things are made. Sometimes it's not always an excuse for certain pitfalls, but I do like to try to look at things in context. I did get that too, but then again, I didn't get far into Sun and Moon to see if they got more aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I didn't mind the gyms of Sun and Moon, just because, like, I don't know, I don't think I really had a reason. I was just kind of okay with them. They were kind of cute. They were different, but they weren't like— I don't remember being annoyed by any of them. Which maybe is just a low bar, but you know. You know, it is what it is. I'll like stretch this up now. Because I have to redraw it, cries. Sneepy. How's this bottom line? Okay, bottom line. I wish Procreate would let me just do this without completely destroying the integrity of the line, you know? Because, like, you can change all these settings, they don't do anything. They don't change it. It's still gonna get that really fuzzy look. And I don't like it. It's not a big deal. I probably could just leave it. Maybe I will, just once. Maybe just— I can't. I can't. I can't. There's nothing wrong with leaving it. I can't. I'm neurotic. I'm sorry. But if you're here, you probably know that already, so you're probably okay with it. I'll have to fix that. It's okay. I couldn't even. It's just something, it's like— it's not a big deal. But I gotta fix it. And it's not too— I mean, it's not hard to redraw. I think in stuff like this also, there's kind of like a charm to, like, redrawing certain things. Like, it doesn't look perfectly clean and manufactured. It looks like it's been re-hand drawn, which it is. And that looks cute. Sometimes I like it as clean as possible, and other times I'm okay with it. Just depends on my mood. And I need to drop my stabilizer back down to 25. But then I lack the skill set to fix it, so I close the app and cry forever. There are some days. I mean, I stopped working on that, on the little thwap emote, because I'm like, you know what? I'm not getting this. I need to just look at it with fresh eyes. Sometimes you just gotta call it quits. And come back later. And if you don't come back later, that's okay too. I am going to, because this should stay static, I'm gonna just steal this line. Oh. Sure, it's nice and clean. Yeah, there we go. And again, because I'm neurotic, I'm not gonna leave that with a from selection title. I could, I'm not gonna. Yeah, here we go. Sneepin'. I see. I could probably bring that line in and it won't be too big of an issue. That line, however... There way that I can trim it. Yeah, just enough. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, you gotta go watch the new Haikyuu movie in a theater with a friend and catch Gumis in Pokemon Go. That sounds so much fun. Have a great day, Amanda. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Fun with the movie and Pokemon Go. Very nice. I think I want to bring this line out just a little bit so that it stays kind of connected, you know? And it looks fine. Okay. So then we gotta do Sneepy Eyeball. Whoa! Smooth that out a little bit. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do anything crazy with the patterns on the blanket. I'll just like move them. Yeah. What? Why does Procreate do this? Why does it do that when you're like swapping between brushes? It'll like put you at the top of the list for some reason, and it's very frustrating. It's not a big deal, but it's like, why are you bothering me? Why? Why are you wasting my time? I clean, but you know, I wonder. I had adjusted the taper on this brush, and I wonder if maybe it's kind of biting me in the butt. I'll make it work. Oops. I want just a little taper. No. Petals. Please. I was like, please, I just need you to move like 3 pixels. This is just to demonstrate the difference. So now some simple snoozing. This really doesn't look like much of a change in this top left area. I wonder if it's because it's a thicker line. I slept so long. My dream were trying to end me again, but I'm still so eager. Yeah. I think that's part of why I slept really late today too. Because I have been having really, really bad nightmares all week. I usually have nightmares like probably 3 or 4 times a week, but like this past week was really, really bad. So I just wake up and I'm like, oh, I feel like crap. I think finally this overnight, my body was just like, we're just gonna sleep. I mean, if you have time later in the day, you can always just take a little power nap, you know? I don't like this. Why does this not, like, look good? Like, at all? It's not as... It's not as stark. That's the issue. This needs to actually almost come up higher. That sucks. A little power nap, you know? Okay. This is because I'm sleepy. I think that's why I'm struggling today. I had a bad brain week. And then I'm very sleepy. And you know what? Because of that, I'm not going to get frustrated with myself. I'm going to give myself the grace and the patience and the understanding. God bless. My man there sneezed. So loud. Down the hallway. I was up at 8 to 9 a.m. I was like, nah, it's not time. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If it's a day when you can sleep in and do that, go for it. That's what the weekend's for. It was really nice here because it rained overnight, so like all evening it was really, or all morning it was really kind of like gray and drippy out, which is just like perfect snoozing weather, you know? Bad brain week too. Yeah, some weeks are just like that. But that's okay. There's always future weeks. It's just a blip of time in the grand scheme. Cause this look. Yeah, like a gray, and then I can. I'll have to some of that. Weeks are worse than others, but you know what? I had a really bad brain week, and then I played D&D last night with my friends, and I was laughing. We're having a good time. It's just nice. Okay, well, I'm not gonna stress this. There we go. That's better. Okay. Again, why procreate? Why? Truly and genuinely, why do you do this? We'll fold out a little bit more. I'm so glad I got to beat up a dude last night in D&D. It's just nice. It's nice being a fighter in the game and being good at fighting. It feels good. Okay. I don't really like the open eye. Well, I guess I don't dislike. But maybe like looking at a different angle. And like a cocky mouth. Nah, maybe not. Yeah, I guess my mole would be covered. It's kind of back on my head. I am gonna steal this line. Put it up a little bit. Okay, yeah. Yeah. For when we're having a Sneepy stream and I just want to be cozied. Sneepy. Yeah. Cracks open eye. Who dare? Who dares? Do you not see me bundled? Do you not see the bundle? And yet, you still intrude. That's too much. What about, like... That's pretty good. Gives it some more weight. Yeah. Just so sleepy. Do you want to... I'll just leave it. That's fine. I'll leave it. I ain't gotta overcomplicate it. Slap some colors on. I don't think my PNGTuber has... No, it doesn't have airbrushing, okay. Just the emotes have a little bit of airbrushing. Group this for... Oh, well, actually, I mean, it's kind of it for colors. These are gonna... have their own here. Oh, what am I doing? The pillow. Really? I kind of want to keep the same cooler, but I don't think I have it on this palette. Give me just a sec. You know what? Look at child. Look at the child. Don't look at my screen, look at the child. Yeah, that's fine. I think that should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Where's spring? Oh no. Oh no. Where is it? Why do I not? Where's my spring one? Is it in here? Oh god, there's so many layers in this file. Oh, I changed it in Metabang. Well. Okay, that's fine. I did that to myself. I'll have to fix it later. Okay, it's fine. I'll just pick up pink and child. Okay, go down here. Be schmoll again. Okay. We'll just use a placeholder pink for now. It's fine. I do want it to be the same pink as the pillow in my little PNGTuber, but it's for later. Easy fix. You know, technically I probably should have been drawing like a thumbnail for my Paper Mario VODs, but oh well. I'm just using kind of like a... I think it's just like the title screen. It works. I am very excited to play more tomorrow. I want to play so bad. It's such a good game. And I've really been liking the remake. I mean, could I find qualms with it? Yes. But overall, I think they did a really good job. So I'm happy. And I have been enjoying my time with it. I feel like by now most other people have kind of like finished it. But I want to stream it. And there ain't no way, if I play it once through, I'm gonna want to play it again back to back. I just wish I could stream more often. In general. Oh well. I have been very slowly but surely learning live 2D. So I think maybe once I'm a little bit more comfortable with that, that could make for fun streams. You guys watching me struggle with the mesh. Always fun, I feel. Sneepy. Sneepy. Need to make purple for the incredible shadows under my eyes. So powerful. Oops, not clipping this. Ah. Live 2D is a script. Yeah, it's a subscription. They do have like a 40-day free trial, which I'm kind of using right now, just to figure it out and see how I like it. If it's something that's kind of something I could really use in general. I've heard that they have like a student discount where it's like uh, it's like 60 bucks or something for like 3 years. I don't quote me on that because me and numbers. But it was something kind of like that. It was pretty decent, but I don't know. You need to like provide a student ID or something for it, like some programs, or if they just kind of take your word for it. I don't know. I don't think it's anything. Yeah, so I was like, I'm certainly not a student. I just wish more programs had like a perpetual license. I understand that it makes them more money to do subscription based, but even if it was like, I think even if a program had like an astronomical price tag, but it was a perpetual license, I would be more inclined to drop that big chunk of change if it means I get to keep the thing I am buying, as opposed to I'm essentially renting it, and thus renting access to my files. But that's not gonna happen. That just ain't a thing anymore, which really stings. I would do it. I am their target audience. I would do it. Oh well. Say la bee. And I don't think Live 2D is gonna be anything I'm gonna, you know, ever get super into. But it's fun just learning something new. Sneaky. Okay. Do some shading. And this market model dropped. Yeah, because loss of access. Yeah, I really hate it. I really, really do not like it. I remember my mom used to be, she would actually get invited to, like, little Adobe closed betas and stuff. Um, and so when they actually, like, very first introduced, like, the subscription model, way, way back, I mean, this was, what, God, almost, like, 15 years ago now at this point, she was one of the people that was like, I don't like this. Like, this is not. This is really, like, shitty to your customers, and you're basically holding their files hostage and stuff. And, you know, at least offer the option of, like, a perpetual license or a sub. And she was not invited back to betas the next year. Like, that was her last one, and it was like, cool. Really cool, Adobe, and obviously we see how that went with them. I think at least with, like, in a way, Adobe forcing themselves as, like, the industry standard worked out for everyone else, because now so many file types can either convert from Adobe file types or to Adobe file types. So like, if you have something saved as a PSD file, I can open it up in Metabang Paint, which is a completely free program. You can buy like there is like a paid version of it, but the free version is perfectly functional, and I can open and still access all those files via Metabang in other files or other programs, which is really nice. But then you have programs like, you know, Live 2D, which have a very specific file type that you cannot just open with any old thing. It's like, got me there, you sneaky bastards. What am I doing? What am I doing with the shading? I kind of just blacked out for a second. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll go back, or at least have the option. I don't think we will, but it would be nice. I feel like if your primary marketable target audience has to spread around a myriad of ways of how to pirate your software, maybe you should just look into other business models so that you can in fact get their money in ways that they don't hate you for it. But that's just me. I believe in ethics, and you cannot have ethics in capitalism. I mean, you can, but you'll get pushed out. Which is a shame. But that's the market, baby! On those squiggles. Maybe I've kind of been doing this lately, and I kind of like it. I like the little circles. I think for the skin tone, I usually do like multiply with this pink. Yeah, that looks right. Oh my gosh, we've been listening to this playlist in Spirit City on repeat this entire time. I'm so sorry. Let me pick a different one. That's why I like this game, though. Because it's kind of the perfect type of lo-fi for me. But I don't know how you guys feel about it, about listening to the same stuff on repeat. It kind of just blends into, like, white noise for me, so it doesn't bother me, but I don't want to force that on you guys. At cloud-based anything, oh my god, Cricut does this, and maybe within the last 2 to 3 years they made an offline mode, but the rate of a file opening corrupted or errored just won't open. Is like, oh my god, that's so aggravating. Yeah, there's like a screenshot that's almost a meme at this point, where it's like a Twitter post or something. It's like, no, I don't want to save my stuff to the cloud. I want to save it to my documents folder that is on my computer locally. And like, I don't want to save things to a cloud. It's nice as an option, and I do use the cloud for a lot of stuff, and I use Dropbox and Google Drive and all these things to share files more easily between like my iPad and my computer or my work machine and stuff. But like, don't force it on me. Give me the option. I want the option of either using an online service, or if I say, hey, save this to my local disk, please actually save it to my local disk. Please? Please? Don't save it to OneDrive.c file whatever. Like, no. I don't know. Aggravating. And the fact that then, like, their offline mode is so slow. Probably is purposeful incentive to get you to use, like, a paid or online version is... Boy, does that just get my goat. And I don't even have a goat, because they took it from me. They got it. It didn't stand a chance. Ugh. Ugh. I want to do a lighting on. Sure, but not an additive layer. That's kind of got a really crunchy quality about it. Okay, we'll just put this maybe overlay's fine. Seemingly, Cricut now offers a creative SVG file you can save, but I still don't want to pay for a submodel. Yeah, it's... It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's like, on one hand, corporations holding our lives and our data prisoner is not anything new, but it doesn't make it okay. Ah! Oh, I hit value. I meant it. I was like, where did that go? Oh my god, that's so dark. Okay, we're not gonna keep that. It is at the beginning of my use with the tool 10 years ago. I wish I knew I had the skills to use its competitor. Well, yeah. Live and learn, but my god, at what cost? I just put that there just for now so I don't have to redo that bottom part. Okay. Oh. No, okay, I'm gonna just do the thing. Worry about it. I guess that's probably the only silver lining, is that like there are alternatives. There we go, I got it out. There are alternatives to things, and people are pretty generally like happy to share, you know, their experiences and their recommendations and stuff, but it still stinks. I feel like I should need to keep the that little cheat sheet of like Adobe alternative programs. Like I shouldn't need to keep that like pinned to my wall. It should not be the standard, even as helpful as that little sheet is. And I'm probably gonna just maybe do big blobs and then clean them up. Yeah. Is this still stabilized? It sure is. Okay, that would explain it. I was like, my pen feels kind of weird. Yeah, that would do it, Isabel. Bunritoed. If Ola Mallow let me bunrito her like this. But she sure doesn't. She is not interested at all. Competitor model has still a perpetual license and works in— ooh, that's really nice. They have upgrade tiers to their licenses and it's reasonable. Yeah, that's really nice. It's just that simple. It's just that simple to be a reasonable program. And ironically at this point, like, people are so fed up with the bigger, like, industry standards that, like, they're gonna be looking for reasonable alternatives. If you give them those alternatives, you will have their money. Shocking. I mean, that's how Air Server that I use to stream my iPad right now, that's how they got my money. They had like a free trial version that I used just to test things out. And then I saw that they had just like a flat perpetual license of maybe only like $20 or something like that. I don't think it was exactly 20, but it was that range. And I was like, yeah? You are a flat thing that I can purchase? You do what you say on the tin, which is I connect my iPad to you via Bluetooth and you reflect my screen? No fancy bells or whistles? Yes, please, thank you. You know, and I recommend it to all my friends. And they use it too. Because it's good. It just works. And I'll advertise it right now. It works. It's great. I love using it. If you don't have a, cause I don't have a Mac, I have a Windows, so I don't know if like iPad to Mac can just connect, but iPad to Windows cannot. You kind of need like something to actually mirror and reflect your screen. And Air Server does that, and it does it really well. It's very simple. Does it have fancy bells and whistles? No, but I don't want fancy bells and whistles. I want it to just show up on my computer. And then I window captured in OBS, and here we are. That's all I need. It works great. It's perfect. And that's the thing, both of them have been standards in Fabric Craft for millennia. Just CrewCut was the first to be cheaper and break faster into multimedia craft. They kind of got their foot in the door ahead of the other. I feel like I'm adding way too many lines to this, and it kind of driving me crazy, actually. Maybe that looks kind of flat, but I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with it. And now I get to redraw this again. This is just a 2-frame thing. This isn't even like a full animation by half. It's just a little breathing. I do miss animating though. Like proper animating. I miss how much it aggravates me. Maybe one day. Case in point, most animation programs are very, very expensive, which is fine. But they're all usually for desktop only. So, you do not have the ability to work on a desktop. Then, oh well. And Clip Studio Paint's animation interface is a nightmare. Also, it's a subscription on the iPad. Case in point. So. I need to look into CaliPeg. Somebody had recommended that to me, and I think it is a subscription, but it's like $2 or something, which I'm like, okay, well that's... I would prefer to just buy it outright, but $2 is super, super cheap. So, I just need to actually sit down and check it out. That'd be nice to just do some simple animations. I have Rough Animator, but because it's free. But it is very limited what it can do. Just okay. You know? It does what it can for a little free program. With a pretty simple interface. I wonder if I can just... I could just artist fake this line just a little bit. Yeah, artist fake. Let's see. And larger sale was they in the beginning were allowing the older customers to use their cartridge modified. Ah, that's sneaky. That's smart though. Gotta give them that. Like we were saying before with like file conversions and stuff. Letting people do stuff like that is a huge draw. Well, I actually don't, I guess I don't really need to clip this. I could just do that. And then same here. Yes, functional. Yeah, I was like, I need to... There we go. Has a cartridge for all the various design shapes it costs. Oh my god, 30. Oh yeah. I mean, that would get me. Being able to save that kind of money. That's smart. That's wily. That is smart. If only they could have kept up the practicality that drew customers in to begin with. Every now and then there's just like this really nice breeze where I am. But it's not like a constant breezy. Just like a single gust. It's nice. I artist faked this too. Yeah. Sneepy. Sneepy. I'll actually crop this. There you have it. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta have. Bags under my eyes. That's the whole reason we're here. Okay, good. Yeah. Sneepy Sneepy. Sneepy Sneepy. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ugh. 5 to the hour. Oh my god, it's almost 3 o'clock. Oh god. Okay. Well. That's perfect timing then. Excuse me. Oh. I was just sitting here and I was like, wow, I really need to like stretch and etc, etc. That's why. Oh my god, it's been 3.5 hours? Wow, time flies. Ugh. Well then I guess this could be it, because I just finished this, so. I was gonna change that pillow color later, but I actually kinda like it, so maybe I'll just leave it. Oh. Yeah. Maybe this is a good stopping point then. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Well, let me take off my game face. Ciao. Thanks for sticking by and hanging out while I, while I leveled up Lucy the first half of the stream. We didn't really get an emote done, but we got this. It's close enough. Yeah, I was like, I think this pink looks nice. Bruh. Didn't. Tell me about it in a second, because I'm... Healers of Scholar. Well, tell me in a second, because I'm gonna end stream, and then... They're just not healing. Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna. Yeah. They're not gonna. You're on your own. I would say, no, it's okay. I would say, like, if, like, be like, hey, do we need to, like, talk about mechanics or something? And then if you guys just, like, keep wiping and stuff, I would just leave, to be honest. Because I don't mind, like, working with people and, like, talking to them about it. Maybe they just need tips or something like that, or it's been a while since they've done a dungeon. But, if they're just being obstinate, I'm just like, I got other things I can do with my time. You know? It's the game. It's supposed to be fun. It's only game. Yeah, you gotta. You're, are you on Zalera? You, okay, Zalera, yeah. We're on, Curl. Is where our mains are. I have, like, a single alt on Mateus, but I like, never play him. I was just trying him out. Yeah, we're on Curl. Yeah, we gotta. I'm Popipo Pipo. Pipo Pipo. I gotta look up how to add people across world. I think you can do, like, the player search, but player search never works for me, so I'll have to look it up. But here's me. I don't mind writing it, because there's nobody really in this stream, and, and if it's not somebody I know, I just won't accept their friend request. Yeah, Popipo, we're on Curl. Beyond World, I think. Okay, cool. We'll have to arrange a time in which we meet up and hang out and stuff, and we can exchange friend cards, in a way. Let me look at my following. Oh my god, why are so many people? Some people are streaming. Oh. Ooh, okay, I know where we're gonna go after stream. Yeah. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna go and raid, maybe Mocha's. Because her title is that she's back. And she's making paper stars, so maybe, I think she had taken a break. So we'll just go say hi. Maybe Mocha's is super chill. Just like the cutest little PNGTuber. She's super, super sweet. Oh, she's gonna be playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Okay, cool. Perfect. Alright, cool. We'll go hang out. She's super nice. She's very friendly. Very chill and bubbly and yeah. But yeah, thanks guys for hanging out during, when I was straight up just leveling Lucy on stream. But it was fun to talk about, like, tabletop games and systems and stuff like that. I always love chit-chatting about people's characters and games and stuff. We didn't get an emote done, but that's okay. Some streams are just like that when you're sleepy. When it's a sleepy Sunday, you just gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah. Alright, let me get this raid started. Raid channel. It always makes me look. Don't make me look. Just show me my followers. Oh, whatever. Show me who I'm following. There we go. She put on her macho shirt, which is very good. Alright, alright, we're gonna go say hi. I think I fixed my little raid messages. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're subbed, you can grab the first one. And if you're not subbed, you can grab the second one, because it's Twitch Global Emotes. I know, I hate the new raid UI, I hate it. It's so uncomfortable to deal with, but that's alright. It's fine, I guess. It's manageable. I don't like it, though. I like the old one, but I don't know. Oh well. Alright, let's go say hi. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you want to check out my stuff elsewhere, my art-only blog is on Tumblr, but I also chit-chat on Blue Sky, and I'm slowly putting up portfolio pieces on Kara. And that's all I got. That's all I got. Tomorrow, I'm gonna stream tomorrow night more Paper Mario, because I just really want to play. So come say hi if you want. And if not, that's okay too. And if you don't, then I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out, and have a good rest of your Sunday. Go stretch, get something to eat, get some water, take your meds if you need to, get some fresh air. Be amazing. Okay, bye!